Hi, Democrats. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, and it's time for the Chair's Daily Live. Happy Wednesday. I want to start with a public service announcement. The Oklahoma City Fire Department has, so far this spring, they have responded to 100 calls of kids being left in cars. 100 calls of kids being left in the cars. I don't know why I have to say this, because it's 2023 and I thought we knew this, but don't leave your kids in the car. Do not leave your kids in the car, no matter what the temperature is outside. Do not leave your kids in the car. They can suffocate. Do not leave your kids in the car. They can be kidnapped. Do not leave your kids in the car. They could have seizures. Do not leave your kids unattended in a vehicle. Okay. So that's my public service announcement. I'm outdone that people are still leaving their kids in the car. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. Don't leave your kids in the car. So in today's news, you guys have all seen it. I've seen it. You've seen it. Moms for Liberty, which is a PAC, which you've heard of them because they're all over the nation trying to ban books and all over the nation making up false claims about how their daughters are being accosted in bathrooms. They have been classified as a hate group by the Southern Poverty Legal Center. They are a hate group. They have been classified based on their behavior, based on the things that they've done, based on the lawsuits that have been brought up against them. They've been classified as a hate group. Why am I talking about a hate group? Why am I talking about book banning and it's the summer? One, because we can never stop talking about it because it disappears when we do. We always have to shine the light. But more importantly, the governor of Oklahoma and the superintendent of public instruction are both honorary members of Moms for Liberty, a hate group. Ryan Walters, the superintendent of public instruction, is actually getting ready to be a featured speaker at one of their events. So this isn't one of those things where they've asked him to speak and he doesn't know what the group is about. This isn't one of the things where somebody said, hey, you're a member because we like you. He's a member who is also probably being paid an honorarium to speak. Whether he's being paid an honorarium or not, he is a featured speaker. They are advertising him. They are pumping him up. This hate group has invited Ryan Walters to come speak, and he's agreed to go. There is so much in that to unpack. One, it's a hate group. Two, they've invited him, which means something that he's doing, besides just membership, because they have a lot of membership, something he's doing they feel is aligned with their hateful motives. Because that's how you pick who's coming. You pick who's aligned with what it is you're trying to accomplish and ask them to speak. I just put together a convention. That's what I did. They've invited the superintendent of public instruction from the state of Oklahoma to come speak to their hate group. And he said yes. So the other side of that is he knows that they're a hate group. And I will not believe any dumb card video or poorly written press release saying he didn't know. Won't believe it. He knows that they're a hate group and he's going to speak. He's letting his likeness be used and he's going to speak. And the governor is also a member of said hate group. That's where we live, folks. We live in a place where our most vocal leaders, because there are other state positions. There are other state positions that are held by Republicans. You don't hear me talking about them as much because they're not doing as much to erode the lives of Oklahomans. They're not doing as much to make us a national embarrassment as these two. It's like they get up every day and say, how can I embarrass Oklahoma? Every day, how can I make this about me instead of the lives of Oklahomans? Every day, how can I make sure that national Republicans are looking at me? Rather than How can I improve the lives of Oklahomans? How can I make sure that Oklahomans have more money in their pockets? How can I make sure that Oklahomans, no matter what their zip code, have access to quality, well-funded public education? How can I make sure that Oklahomans, rural, urban, suburban, have access to affordable health care? That's what they should be doing. But what they are doing is trying to figure out how they can get on Fox News, trying to figure out how they can get on the news for the most hateful. They want, you remember in high school when it was the cutest legs, the best outfit, the smartest girl, smartest boy? Remember that stuff? These folks are running for, how can I have the most extreme bill for this? How can I have the most extreme? That's what our leaders are running for. And what we have to do as Democrats, as progressive folks, as liberal folks, is we have to unite. We have to unite and make sure that we are working to elect folks who will counter what is happening. We have to elect folks, send them to the Capitol so that they're not approving budgets that allow these folks to do these bad things. We have to elect folks and send them to the Capitol so that they're putting up ideas, or they're fighting the ideas that are excluding people, and they're putting up ideas that include people. That's what we need to do. So we're going to spend this summer learning how to organize. We're going to spend this summer learning how to volunteer and recruit other volunteers. We're going to spend this summer learning how to identify folks who could be very good candidates, folks who will take our ideas to the Capitol and make sure that we have voices. That's what we're going to spend the summer doing. I hope that you stay tuned, and I hope that you join us. But in the meantime, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow at 4:15.